What is the number one overriding question aside from the tush push at the combine, in your opinion?
Well, aside from the rules stuff, I mean, it's just the quarterback musical chairs. What's going to happen with Matthew Stafford? What about Aaron Rodgers? What are they going to do with Sam Darnold in Minnesota? They're going to franchise tag him. They're going to try to sign him. So I think just there's so many teams that need quarterbacks. There's just not that many of them, especially there's not that many top level ones in the draft. So how are all of these veteran quarterbacks going to move around? Kirk Cousins is another one. That's really, I think, the dominant topic here.
If I'm a Rams fan, how nervous should I be?
I think they still want Matthew Stafford. I think the question is, can they, come to an agreement on the money? There's no question there is interest in Stafford outside of Los Angeles, right? I mean, there again, so many teams that need quarterbacks. So there will be a market. The Rams ideally would like to keep him, but the Rams and Stafford are like on different timelines, right? They have a otherwise very young roster that is ahead of schedule. I mean, they were ahead of schedule last season, getting into the playoffs, and they've got this, older, still very, very good and productive quarterback, but they're just not aligned on the timeline. I still think he will end up staying in Los Angeles, but I feel less certain of that than I did, a week ago.
Because we keep saying, or I hear analysts saying, hey, a team that's ready to win now needs Matthew Stafford. I go, well, the Rams are
That's the
ready to
Rams.
win now.
Yes.
So
Eh,
the Rams should acquire Matthew Stafford. Like
Yes.
I would say, it's not my money, but 2 years, $100 million or whatever.
Right.
Can you keep it friendly and keep him because you're a few plays away from being in the NFC title game when you would have hosted the title game?
Yeah, there's no question that the Rams are a better team if Matthew Stafford is the quarterback next year than if they have practically anybody else that could conceivably be their quarterback next year if he goes, right? I mean, if he goes, who's their quarterback next year? Everybody keeps saying, like, well, what about Aaron Rodgers? Well, respectfully, I'd rather have Matthew Stafford at this point. He's much better and he's been more productive recently. So I I agree with you. If I'm the Rams, you're looking for a quarterback like Matthew Stafford. On the other hand, are they looking at it a little bit more long term and saying, the capital we could get back if we trade Matthew Stafford to, the Raiders or the Giants or whatever team comes up, does that help us then fuel the pipeline for years and years to come? We'll see.